My name is Mark Diminie. I'm a captain here at the Cobourg Fire Department. I've been on the job here in Cobourg for 29 years now, and this is the story of what we affectionately call the Old 32, which is Cobourg's first combination motorized pumper. The truck was bought in 1932 for a price of $6,500. It actually took the town several years to pay that off. I can't remember at the time, but they were paying something like $500 a month over 2 or 3 years to pay the truck off. A lot of people think that this is our first motorized vehicle, which it wasn't. It's actually our second. It's our first triple combination pumper, which means it carries hose, it carries water, and it has a pump source. Before this, everything was horse-drawn, so when the alarm came in, they had to go across. In Cobourg, the horses were kept at the Public Works yard on the east side of 2nd Street. So they'd go over to the Public Works yard, get the horses, bring them over to the fire hall, hook onto the the steamer or the ladder wagon, whatever it was that they were looking for, and respond to it then. So this would have been a huge advancement in technology at the time, right? You come in and you just get on it and drive away. I've heard a lot of stories from, I'm going to say, some of the older guys that have been here many years and are retired now. You can imagine driving out to Rice Lake in the middle of winter, and it's 20 below zero. There's no cap, there's no heat on this thing, and you can imagine by the time you got there how cold you're going to be. And so I think basically they just stood there and watched the rest of the building burn down. 1991 or 92, there was a fire at 100 University Avenue East in Cobourg, Victoria College, and a big recreational hall at the north side of the main building burnt down. We actually brought this truck down to that fire, and it sat at a hydrant and relayed water from the hydrant up to the modern pumpers. The fire was so big, and we had to go to hydrants several blocks away. That water coming out of the hydrant is only coming out at a certain pressure, and I think in Cobourg it's 90 psi. So to speed the water up and to get more pressure and volume, we use a tactic of water relay, which means we'll put a pumper at the hydrant, so the water comes out of the hydrant into the pumper, and then the pumper pressurizes the water the rest of the way. Now, because this truck has been maintained over the years so well, the pump on it still works very well. So at the time, our chief and the officers in charge of that fire knew that we had a nice resource here, that they had a good pump on it. So they utilized the pump, and we used it as a relay, as opposed to putting one of our modern trucks there and taking away a truck at the scene. It was shortly after that fire, our chief at the time, Chief Bob Clark, kind of thought, it's kind of silly that a modern fire department is using antique trucks. So he decided at the time to go to council and officially retire it from active service. Cobourg's a big heritage town, and we're very proud of our history, not just in the town, but within the fire department. So we've maintained the truck as part of our heritage, and we had a full renovation of the truck in the late 1990s. We raised the money on our own, and we refurbished the truck, try to get it back to as close as we could to its original state. One special memory, I guess, that I have of the truck is back when I first started on the department. I was still a volunteer at the time. So in 1990, I drove the truck in the Cobourg Santa Claus Parade, and I had my 2 sons with me. So they were dressed up like Dalmatian dogs. They had a full body suit on, their faces were painted and to look like Dalmatian dogs. So one of the things that they like to do in the parades as the Dalmatians, it was their job to ring the bell. So